Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and I'm glad you are here because today we are doing a follow-up with Elke about the crystal. Hi Elke, how are you today?
Oh, it's so nice to see you. Thank you for having me back. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. So as we were saying on the previous video, today is about going more in details about the crystal, how to probably use it, which one to use it.
Yes, but we have to go back to the still as you gathered from the last conversation, I combine the whole body. And the most common things which people carry with them is from childhood. Some of them are from past lives, but most of them is rejection, abandonment, betrayal, and injustice. This is an imprint mainly, as mentioned before, made by relatives, actually, unknowingly. I mean, there is hardly an intention that is given by parents, grandparents, and it makes an imprint, and you follow that your entire life. So what you have to find is that, for example, if you are in fear, your root chakra will be affected. So that means if I see somebody who is really scared about everything, and I have a little consultation before, so you fine tune and you can hear what is actually the issue, either overcompensate or or they are in fear. And then, of course, fear is root chakra, and then you go with, in my case, with an red jasper, which I show here.
Okay.
That the tool I use. I have small stones, I apologize, but I put them on the chakras when somebody has. And with this, you program the stone for the person. You have to do this, and otherwise it's not really working. As I mentioned before, it is a
Yes, I because I put in pause, so now you can go.
It's fine. So the second chakra, the sacral chakra, is actually guilt. Funny enough, often even unfortunately with molesting or even worse, and instead of giving this back to the person who did it, most of the clients I have blamed themselves, so they are living with the guilt. Which is unfortunate. For this one, I use the carnelian, which I show you now.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, it's beautiful. Whoops. Again, I'm using small ones because I do place them directly on the chakra. And yeah, so the next one would be shame, which is funny enough a bit connected to the solar plexus as well. Overcompensating is it's a lot of arrogance, but behind arrogance is always I'm feeling small, I'm not in charge, I'm not me. So for everybody around there, be aware. They are not bad people, they just feel small. Show them compassion. So the next one is the solar plexus. This is what so that is a citrine. I think I mentioned it in the first time. I use mainly natural citrine, which looks a bit grayish or brownish yellow, because for me the potential is better than the galvanized one because they are heated, and then the fragrance is a bit different. There are wonderful yellow ones, but I prefer the darker ones. So then we have the heart chakra, the center of us.
The most important.
So, that the heart chakra is the most important. You are right. This is all about love and compassion, and
I have that one.
Yes, but the heart chakra, for me, the most important. And the heart chakra is mostly about yourself. The grief or the sadness you have, it's because you are not 100% in love with yourself, because of all the other reasons or whatever imprint you have had as a child. Okay. Self-love is the most to conquer and the most important to conquer, because everything else will fall away if you are completely in charge of your life and know who you are and love yourself the way you are. The next one would be this one, the lovely throat chakra. I'm using blue lace agate. There are, I'm sure you can see.
Yes.
Botswana, blue lace agate is lice. Unfortunately, lice is something really tricky because parents actually teach you lying, because often they cannot tell you when you are little what it is. And they lie to you. So they actually teach you lying indirectly. The interesting thing is, what most of the people forget is that you are an old soul in a small body. And the frequency of a lie is completely different to the truth. Even as an infant, you feel that the vibration is not correct. So, and then you start to copy that because that's what they teach you. So lying is really a tricky one, because you are taking this pattern on board without knowing that you are actually, yeah. So the next one is the, I use a sodalite, but you can one sodalite. No, it's not.
It's blue, huh? Is it blue?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is blue. Give me 1 sec. I show you the best one.
Yes.
Sodalite.
Wow.
So that's a baby. Yeah. Sodalite, you can use different ones. You can use, a lot of people, for example, use amethyst, which is fine as well. It is always what is suitable for you. I would not be so strict, because there's always a variety. Those are the ones I use in my seminars. And the last one, of course, is the clear quartz. That is a very for me, it's attachments, not just emotional attachments. On the 7th chakra for me come mostly extraterrestrials. So you have something with you or carrying with you from a past life, or because you were not careful, you accepted that. It is the 7th chakra is with most of the people clear, but with a lot of people are not. So if somebody comes with headache, or like myself here, vision, yeah, it's 7th chakra. What you have to figure out again is, what is the mental reason behind, and then work on the chakra. So what I do is, as I mentioned, I program each and every crystal. I'm not hardly using all of them. I mostly use the ones which are not up to high speed. And the way I do this is with the pendulum. So I go over the body and say, is this chakra working well? And then it shows me either yes or no. You have to figure out which one is a yes or no, because some people have a cross. I have a circle. So it depends on, it's different with each of everyone. I use mainly the chakras which are needed, because if one is out of whack, all of them, the whole system is out of whack. And if are all aligned, we elevate. That's very simple, so it's like in your body, if one, on a medical side, if one organ is not working properly, your whole system will inevitably break down in the long run. So here for me, it is like, as I mentioned, I hardly use mainly I pendle even if I do absent healing, as I may have said, I'm having these drawings of a human, and I put the name on top. I put a circle of little quartz around to protect the whole session. And then I place the stones either next to it or in the egg, on the drawing human, and connect them with a wand. I have a little wand. You can use big ones as well. But to be fair, in each and every crystal, I mentioned that as well, the structure inside a crystal is always the same. It never changes. Even if I would have now this one and this one has the same structure. There's no difference. Inside, the ability to heal is the same, absolutely the same with both of those crystals. So what I do is I'm connecting them always from above to the top. And if I disconnect, you do it from the top to the bottom. And again, before you take them all into your hand, I wrap them open. And if you want, you can, as we are both Reiki master, you can put your sugar ray in it if that is perfectly all right. A lot of Reiki healer use crystals additionally. And then you have programmed them in your hand. I put them all in, line them up, connect them with a wand or the big one, so just to make connect them again from the top to from the bottom to the top, and vice versa, to disconnect the crystals again. If you have done so, you connect them. Let's go one by one. I'm going across here. You connect them from the top to the bottom, and then you open your hand chakras and give into the egg or into the person if she lies down in each and every chakra. Like you do it in Reiki, you give in the energy and just amplify what is already there with either the Reiki energy or the healing energy or the divine energy. It doesn't matter how you call it. And yeah, so the crystal is activated, and some of them you might even feel they are spinning really fast. So after a little while, I use, first of all, I have a feeling it's enough. And secondly, I have my pendulum. And if it tells me it is enough, I better stop the whole process. And I would like to mention that often less is more. So having somebody for half an hour in crystals is like having too much wine. So it's not good for your body.
Okay.
It's an overdose. It's an overdose. It's like too much perfume, too much salt, too much sugar. It's an overdose. So be aware. Follow your feeling. All of the healer I know, and I'm sure nearly everybody who's listening knows that there is an inner feeling, an inner gut feeling, I think that's enough. And additionally, even if I get that, I'm using the pendulum. Is this enough? And then I get my yes or no. And I pendle over each of them. Is this enough? Is this enough? So if this is enough, I disconnect them with the wand. I always do it 3 times, connecting and disconnecting 3 times. I'm going down, down, down 3 times. And I'm thinking as well, disconnect, disconnect, disconnect. And what I do as well is I say, thank you for helping. So I literally tell the crystal, thank you.
Yeah, we need to say thank you. Even when we do the Reiki energy, the same thing. Yes. You have to say thank you for, giving me the chance to heal the person, because they use, you are just a vessel to...
To be fair, I'm even thanking the water for cleaning my fruit. I mean, silently. So what I do as well is, I forgot that, but I disconnect anti-clockwise the circle around the people as well. So there are different shapes to geometric shapes to protect the whole body. but that is a different chapter. Goes back to sacred geometry. Today we talk about crystals. After I disconnected them again 3 times from top down to bottom, I don't take them straight away. So the way you place them, you reverse the program. So you're taking them out of the egg, and then you disconnect the eggs anti-clockwise, and then you take them off. I actually take one by one. I'm not doing it like just. I really.
Sorry, I have a question. When you remove one by one, you start from the top to the bottom?
No, I start when I lay them down from the bottom to the top, and I reverse the whole process when I take them off. And as I mentioned, mentally, I say, thank you for helping me, healing, whatever. And I go down one by one. And then the circle or the square, whatever is around the people. Okay. I disconnect anti-clockwise, take them off one by one, and I put them all aside, and now it comes. What I do is I'm using again my pendulum, and I ask them how they want to be cleansed, either with bells, you know, the little Asian bells, or in the sunshine, or in moonlight, or with water, or simply with my energy. So again, you're opening your hand chakras and just put them on it. And sometimes that's enough. Again, for me, there is no strict rule, because we are all the ones like you and me and most of the listeners are healer. So there is, again, a gut feeling inside you. Following rules is dictatorship. Get away from that. You know, follow yourself, follow your intuition. And to be honest, I mean, I truly believe that's not the first time we're doing that. This is a memory if we are healing people in this kind of environment. That is a past life memory which comes back. Exactly. Even I don't believe in past life. It's all in the now, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's a memory. Follow what comes. Follow what comes. Yeah. Okay. So is there more questions?
No, I think you explained pretty well.
Thank you.
Yes, so I think you mentioned that on the previous video, you teach, right? You teach also people how to do it.
Yeah, that's correct. One more thing I would like to let you know, which I do as well. I make jewelry. So the client often needs an after treatment, which is not necessarily that they have to come back all the time. But what you can do is you are just give them a little tool, and let them have this around their neck. So it will encourage, again, program it for the person. And then they can have this around their neck. And it is like an after treatment without you being present. The crystal and the client will merge, and it will do his own course, you know. So that is why I actually started the jewelry as well, or a bracelet will do, a pendant, a necklace, it doesn't matter. So you can definitely in advance heal yourself by wearing this for a little while. And to be honest, in my experience is it will rip, or you will lose it, or it will break, and then you know it done the job. Yeah. Don't be angry, don't be sad. The job has been done. Or if you lose it, or you have the feeling to pass it on to someone, do it. Yeah, that's fine. Then, for example, I just had the rose quartz. The rose quartz did your job. It's job, and you are fine, and you can move on. Look at the other chakras. You have 7 of them.
Yeah. Okay. And you. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
People can find the jewelry on your website, right?
Yes, that's correct. We are in the process. I'm photographing like crazy because I have a lot. But they are available on my website. Yeah, they are all unique. I never do something twice. And what I do as well is I program them for the person who will buy it. So they have something really individual. And they have a healing frequency in there already. So before they even,
Okay, that's great.
because
Wow.
as a clairvoyant, I can actually see what it has to be done. And sometimes people think, for example, oh, I need a rose quartz. And I think, sorry, solar plexus. You have an own view to see yourself, which is not always the right one. And I'm in the same boat, So, yeah.
Okay.
I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, that was. It was really
even if you do another, like as I mentioned, Reiki or something else, in my circle of friends, a lot of people add to their original treatment crystals now, because there's such a potential and they are so helpful. It is really amazing. It is really amazing. As you know, been healed myself, so I swear on them.
Oh yeah,
For me, there's nothing else coming into my body except the crystal. I also recommend, because in my body, I recommend crystal water. That's another chapter. There are certain combinations for which, I will have them. We can talk about this another time. Certain combinations for certain chakras to heal from the inside out. So you don't have to take a drug or paracetamol. A simple crystal water with the right combination of crystals in the water will do the trick. And you have to drink this every morning. And believe me, there are extraordinary results just by doing that. It is amazing. It's really amazing. I have quite a few people who.
Do you think it will be possible? We could do a video about that?
Oh, of course. If there is an interest, of course. I will tell you about the few combinations here, because as I mentioned before, if mostly it's not only one chakra out of whack, it's two or three even, mostly. So, and if you combine the crystals in the water, you are drinking this every morning and maybe in the evening, and it's definitely it's something which people are unaware is so helpful. It's so helpful.
Well, I didn't know about that.
With a lot of sugar. Instead of crystal water with a lot of potential.
Yeah, okay, that's a good news, because we can we need to use every tools we can naturally. Everything is natural. I believe that we should do that. Well, I am for it, if I can avoid those and I realized, I was thinking yesterday, and I realized that my body doesn't want to get those pills, because I have a problem actually when I need to swallow a medicine, it's like it takes me a long time. I have to drink a certain way. I don't have to think about it. So I think my body already don't want it. It's like, get away. I don't want that. I want the natural things.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. I think as soon as you start with doing spiritual work and discover who you really are, because as we all know, 100 times, million times said, we are spirit in the physical body. So as more as you follow that path, some of the things, I remember 1985, You know, I come from a country, Austria has a lot of pork. And I remember, so 85, I think, I tried to eat it and I thought, no. In Austria, they have heated one in the butcher, so you can go for lunch and buy something warm. And I went back and I said, that's old. She said, Elke, please, we are doing this every morning fresh. You are mistaken. That was it. Never ate pork again. But the body tells you. Yeah. And if somebody believes he wants to drink the blood of the carrot, do it. You know, you're killing anyway. We are, you know, in one way, we are in the circle of life. And if you kill a carrot or a pig, it is your conscience. You have to live with that. Yeah. So for me, it was really, by that time, I was already about 3 years into finding myself and just couldn't eat the meat anymore. That was really strange.
Wow. But I realized also for the past 3 years, there is things that I used to eat. Now I can't. It doesn't. Yeah, even some, you know, I used to have like a glass of wine. Today, like,
yeah,
I was like,
same here.
So I think we are, you know, we are elevating ourselves. That's probably the reason why.
Wonderful. Isn't it brilliant? I think we are so blessed. Honestly, I think we are blessed. It is fantastic. And every day I'm so happy I followed that path. And I mean, I know, you know, I'm really happy. That's it, period.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, I'm happy to be who I am today.
Exactly. I mean, there were moments where I thought, oh, why didn't I know that 20 years ago? But I didn't. So, at least, you know, we are learning every day.
Every day, definitely. Wow.
Okay.
Well,
I hope that helps. And it's always a pleasure talking to you. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for including me in your circle of lovely, you know, friends. And yeah, I hope we see each other soon. I give you a combination of water to drink, certain organs, you know, so I'm gonna put this together.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Somebody wants more information, I know you put my details below, so I'm willing to elevate on what I just said, because half an hour is not really a long time to talk.
Okay.
So
thank you very much, Elke. It was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Likewise. Love you unconditionally.
Yes, same here. Same here.
Bye.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone, and please just do like, subscribe to see our next video, and don't be shy to share. Thank you everyone.